Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Audiotree Live. It is July 31st, 2023, and I'm your host, Fingy. Before we go any further, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be super nice, super cool, and super cute. So, thanks for doing that ahead of time. And with that, we are on every single streaming service. So whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, pick your poison. We're there to deliver the goodies. Speaking of goodies, I am honored to introduce to the studio today from Kentucky, we have Jaye Jayle. Take it away, my friends.
celebrate what is falling apart. I'll introduce you to the trash man. He's filling the lands with broken hearts. Wasting time with you. It ain't much of a waste to me. The party starts when you're eating, unless you're wasting time with me. Here at the party of departing, we finally found the cookies from Mars. I'll introduce you to the spaceman. He's taking the trash out to the stars. Wasting time with you. It ain't much of a waste to me. The party starts when you're eating, unless you're wasting time with me. Here at the party of pretending, we celebrate joy in the dark. I'll introduce you to the caveman. They glyph the line between them and the smart. Wasting time with you. It ain't much of a waste to me. The party starts when you're eating, unless you're wasting time with me. We're here at the party of redemption. You saved up to wage it on war. I'll introduce you to the captains. They always think they're the ones in charge. Wasting time with you. It ain't much of a waste to me. The party stops when you're
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm loving the synth collection we got going on over here. I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to it. Or would you be willing to do a little tour for the people?
Absolutely.
Please run us down the situation. What are we cooking with today? We were talking about the Mellotron earlier, but
So he has one of these newer Mellotrons, which is I don't know much about it, honestly, but I know that it has pictures of the sounds that you want on the display which is a wild thing because if you can't read, you can still know what instrument it is.
That's pretty good. Or it's a different language.
Or a different language.
It's
You
like
can
a
probably
picture.
program it to be a different language.
Yeah,
I think
but-
it's that advanced.
And you still wouldn't even need to because it has the photos. That's beautiful.
Exactly.
Do y'all have like an old faithful synth? Like if one that you always
This is
go
the
to?
Old Faithful.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What's her name?
This is a Univox Mini Korg K2, and it's in the early 70s, the first Korg that was mass produced.
Okay.
And people say it's the holy grail of synthesizers, and I probably should never take it on tour with me, but if I don't take it, then I'll just miss it.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of things with life too.
Yeah.
You know, you can move into the mountains, but then there could be a mudslide or a fire and you're trapped. But you kind of want to see the view sometimes.
It's true.
So hey, live on the edge, man. Live on the edge. I know with your prison project, is that how it's pronounced?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful. I know from what I read, it was very much so digitally influenced. Try to X-nay on the live instruments. What was that process kind of like for you?
I was on tour a lot in 2019, probably played over 200 shows. So I was in the van a lot, and I was getting quite bored with myself.
Yeah.
So I decided to start making these little songs on my GarageBand app. And a friend who I ended up collaborating with on that entire album and also on the new record as well, Ben Chisholm, he was just like, we should make a record of these Bandcamp or GarageBand songs that you're making on your phone. And that's how it ended up. Just, well, I have a record done that I didn't expect to even have.
Yeah.
And it came out bigger and better than I could have ever imagined being made on my phone originally.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So it was almost more so intended for a creative outlet rather than actually sitting down to do something.
Yeah, there wasn't I had no vision of what it would turn into, or even I didn't even think I was going to sing on it originally.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, we just loved the recording. I guess it wasn't really even a recording. It was kind of like a documentation of sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
No microphones were used besides for my voice. So
Yeah.
it was just a really interesting process.
Yeah. And do you think that like confined to your phone was something that pushed your creativity in a sense?
Absolutely, because the phone's really small.
Yeah.
And I have really giant hands. So doing anything on it was it was a very slow process.
Yeah, no upgrade to the iPad. We're sticking to the
I just stuck
11.
to the phone, yeah.
Nice. Hey, I respect that. Do you find it easier to make music? Like you said, you were on tour during this time we made it. Do you find it easier to make music when you're on the go, or is it easier having like a stationed studio to create?
It's much easier to be home to make music.
Yeah.
Traveling traveling and touring is not a very creative time unless we were, I guess, improvising every night or doing something a little more free every night. But we're playing songs we've rehearsed and recorded, and after touring for that much of time, I start to get like, I need to create something, you know. And being in the van, in particular, on tour, you can't really do that much. You can't draw that much. It's difficult to read a book because it's just shaky. For some reason, it was easier to look at my phone than it was to look at a book.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a thing of being home is definitely more of a creative time because you can relax and do it on your own schedule and wake up and have instruments around, and we as a group consistently rehearse and write together pretty much since we've been playing together. So it's a great, enjoyable creative process.
Yeah. And how long has it been since y'all have started creating together?
This probably started about 8 years ago, eight or nine, loosely. It was an accidental project. It wasn't done on purpose. I just wrote these kind of fun songs, and friends were like, you should make this be a thing, like make this a project or a band or whatever it is. So I came up with the name, which is difficult for everyone to say and everyone to write.
Jaye Jayle.
And they think it's a person, which it's not, but...
What is it, if I may ask?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Ooh, enigmatic. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I kind of actually thought it was a good thing to say, like kind of locked into a sense of depression.
Ooh,
It's
real.
like a bluebird and a jail, you know? So it's like being trapped in the
jail.
blues, being like having the blues and not being able to get out.
Ooh. He said, we make some fun music. But you know what? Fun is a mindset. And sometimes you got to be locked in to be free in a way.
It's true.
Whoa, crazy. Well, let's fly away. Rip out a couple more tunes.
When you get home, I might not sleep. Anticipation of if you'll suddenly leave. Even I'd rather be on the run. I don't blame you, I can't see what I'm running from. Won't stable until we get back on that highway. It's your love life puts you down. We've all got black diamonds in our eyes. Don't let your love life put you down. That storm hit our tree, shook off every mystery sugar could bring. The less travel, the further we grow apart. Heavy hearts tied together even from afar. Our won't stable until we get back on that highway. Don't let your love life let you down. We've all got black diamonds in our eyes. Don't let your love life let you down. We've all got bad apples on the ground.
So, Evan, I was reading that you like to create in your sleep. And as an active dreamer myself, I was quite excited to read that. But I'd love to expand. I'd love to hear a little more about this process.
I mean, throughout my life of writing music, one of my favorite things I learned to do at a young age was when I'm coming up with guitar parts or drum patterns or bass lines or lyrics or whatever. I obsess about it as I go to sleep, almost like you're counting sheep. So it's just on a repeat. And it becomes this soothing thing rather than a thing of like, I have to write something. It becomes, meditational. It just becomes a relaxing state of creativity instead of like a urgency. It's really nice. I highly recommend it for anyone else.
Do you think like that's the thought process of, I don't know if you're aware of like when you're awake versus when you go to sleep, that like in between period where your brain is still going, but starts doing things kind of back to whatever stasis it's in, like, do you think it's a conscious practice of being like, okay, let me think about this chord progression, or is it more so like your brain naturally goes to that and it lulls you in?
I think at first it started naturally, and then I kind of realized what was going on and discovered that my sleep became deeper and deeper, which was also a wonderful thing. As you can ask my bandmates, I can sleep very well and very quick. It's a quick decision. It's like, I'm going to go to sleep now. Then I think I literally put things on loop in my head and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And, I would say when it first started happening, would wake up and I would still be thinking about whatever I was thinking about the night before. But as it's gone on, I wake up and I'm like, okay, I have an idea now of what to do.
Yeah.
So I've learned how to turn it into something rather than just to keep obsessing and keep looping it.
So you've almost kind of found your formula in a sense of like, all right, I know I work best in the morning. I know I think like this when I go to sleep. So I actively decide to take whatever I generate during that time and output it in the morning.
You nailed it.
Boom. And how long did that take for you to kind of figure out that was your process?
30 years.
30 years. And you've been executing this process for how long now?
I would say I started playing guitar when I was 11, so it's been 30 years of playing guitar and composing the way I do with having no knowledge of how music actually really works.
Yeah, you would say so?
Yeah, I don't know how to write music. If someone asked me like what scale I was playing the other day, and I was just like, I don't know what scale I'm playing. The one that sounds good.
Interesting. Can y'all relate? Are you also theory people, or you play off of the feel?
I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
We're a feeling.
Hell yeah.
It's all about the feeling.
Yeah. Did you ever experience kind of a level of imposter syndrome with that? Because I know for myself as a young artist, not having that background and being sometimes surrounded by artists that do, I've tended to kind of feel like, damn, am I, doing what I need to do? Is that something that y'all have ever struggled with?
I guess when other artists have asked me to play with them, I'm a little, are they going to be shocked that I don't even know the notes on my guitar that well? And generally it works out fine because anyone who asks me to play with them, I feel like they should probably have heard my music and know that it doesn't stick to a certain guideline of sound.
Yeah. And even with the GarageBand electronic composition route, it really is much more off of the feel than the composition. I like that. Moving back to the dreams though, because I asked them earlier when we were loading up, I was like, anyone have any dreams last night? Because dreams are important. And I was wondering if with this said power you behold, do you also lucid dream at all? Or do any of you lucid dream at all?
I do.
Yeah?
But I was going to say, I was just playing and I was having deja vu while I was playing the second song, and I was thinking, like, I've had this exact same feeling of, this is the first time we've recorded this song live, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we were doing it, I was like, this has happened before.
Are you able to tell the distinction of, like, this feels like this happened 2 weeks ago versus 2 years ago, or is it always just, it happened?
This happened 1.5 years ago in my head.
Yeah?
So, and now it's coming to life.
I feel that. Where do you think that stems from? Like, are we talking multiverse theory? Are we talking past lives? Where do you think that source is?
Just simple electricity.
Expand.
It's not that complicated.
Electronics for dummies,
Yeah.
one may say.
Electricity has to travel in reverse at certain points in time. So maybe it's going back and forward at all times, correct?
Yeah, that would make sense. Because you have to complete a circuit for energy to flow. And to complete said circuit, it can't be traveling linearly. No, it has to go back around. We should write a book. I think we figured it out. We don't know how to play music, but
Yeah, we should have a meeting after this.
talk big electrics and big dreams.
I'm into it.
I like it. Well, Let's rip a couple more before we say goodbye. Yeah, cool.
Stop waiting for that light to return. Stop waiting for that light to return. So tell me, live. So tell me, live. Tell me.
Jaye Jayle, for being with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh my goodness.
Such a pleasure.
I do it again and again and again. And
You know?
I tell you.
Let's just keep going.
Keep it going, man. And thank you to our crew for getting this done. As always, we could not do it without you. And thank you guys for watching so very much. If you do feel inclined, that subscribe button is still down there awaiting your warm and kind click. And with that, we're on all streaming services. So what you just heard right now, by the time you're watching on YouTube, is already on all streaming services, along with Jaye Jayle's latest project, Don't Let Your Love Life Get You Down. So make sure you stream both of those things and keep it running again and again and again. And next time, we'll see ya next time. Do the math, if that makes sense. Leave a comment down below. I'm going to go write a book with my friend. We'll see you later.